Coming to you on Derby Day from the Illegal Shift Studio. It's another episode of the One Morning Out Here podcast. Most exciting 2 minutes in sports and the most exciting 2 minutes in podcasting in one show.
In one show. I thought you were going another direction with that. I was like, holy shit, 2 minutes. What do you do?
In the course of our time today together, can we create 2 minutes of excitement?
I hope so.
2 minutes of exciting podcast viewing.
Clothed.
Well,
Yes.
I'm not suggesting anything
just
along those lines.
I'm just making sure.
My mind doesn't work like your mind does.
I know. It's okay. No, I was just making sure, clarifying. I just want to make
I'm just
sure.
saying exciting broadcasting. That's all.
No, I'm hoping for a great show. We have a ton of bullshit that's out there in the world. I'm Jason Kiefer with my reserve beer over there.
I'm Dan Carroll. I didn't say my name, but
wow, you didn't even introduce yourself this time.
People knew me. Yeah, kind of a big deal.
Holy shit. Yep. Well,
one of my favorite lines from
with the countdown, we're at 3 minutes. So there you go.
Anchorman.
There was the most exciting. No, I think
I laugh myself silly every time I see that movie.
With it being Derby Day, we've got some festivities we're going to attend after this, which will be an absolute blast, as it usually is.
Has our buddy Jeff Hellman been on the podcast?
He has not been a guest.
Has he made an appearance?
I don't believe he's been a guest.
We got to get back to that. It's been a while since we had, we did the promo that one time where we talked about all the guests we had on, from porn stars to professional athletes to just some guys from around the neighborhood.
Yep.
We got to get back to that, guys around the neighborhood.
Okay.
I kind of like that.
All right.
But have you made a wager yet?
Are they going to bring interesting people to watch and listen?
Well, I can't.
What are they bringing to the table, Dan?
Well, I mean, conversation.
Okay. All right.
Right.
You're good with just conversation, not numbers? Okay. All right, cool.
Well, I mean,
now I know where it sits.
Well, that's why people tune in just to listen to our stimulating conversation.
Yeah, but we bring guests that actually have some clout.
I know.
But yes, no, we definitely need to bring, because we had Nobes on, we had Jimmy Calder on. Yeah, we need to get Jeff on.
And I finally got a response from Lady Maga USA.
Oh, who's big
time in the fuck out of me lately. So he the guy's he was in Mexico. I said, hey, well, first of all, he was at CPAC. I said, hey, I want to hear about your trip to CPAC. No response. Then he went to Mexico. Hey, I want to hear about your trip to Mexico. Tell me what's going on down there. No response. Then he went to Los Angeles and shot another documentary and did some other stuff. Hey, I want to hear about your trip to Los Angeles. No response. Then he, a couple of days ago, puts this post out saying, oh, I'm watching the rerun of some movie with my little kiddies. What are you doing today? I said, I'm doing a radio show on which you should have been a guest instead of big time. And he's like, no, I would never do that. Text me. I'll be on your show.
Did you fucking say that instead of big time in me? Did you say that?
Let me see.
I mean, all you have to do is say yes or no.
It was something along those lines.
I mean, you said it.
I said you should be on my radio show.
Not a good way to get return guests, Dan. Just
then he acted like he was all sorry. So we'll see. Oh,
he's always been a good guest for us.
Oh yeah, it's been fantastic.
When he's not big time and Dan.
But I mean, he's got a lot of stuff going on. So
I'm just going to look at your computer so I don't have to grab my phone.
But
you're going to ask if I made a bet.
A wager on the Kentucky Derby. We could go down to what do you call it, the Belterra down there?
Oh, dude, that's going to be a fucking madhouse.
It should be it'll probably be
it's going to be a shit show.
It should be a shit show.
Yeah. I have not made an official wager yet, but I'm going to.
Look at you got a new mic stand. I just noticed that.
I did.
Man, you are just can't sit still.
I can't.
Well, I know you talked about the other one sat lower to the desk, and you didn't like having your
so it's a lot easier. I have more room for activities all in this region. I'm still getting used to it.
We're all about regional activities.
I don't even know if I like this one yet. You might see another one next week. I'm not sure. Which when another Amazon package shows up, Joe's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" But
so literally, I have not spent any time learning about the Kentucky Derby, the horses that are running in the race. If I'm going to make a wager, I'm probably going to do it just on the name of a horse that I like.
I'm going name alone. I don't know. I don't know if the horse I'm going to pick is a mutter. If it's not, because it's been raining like a son of a bitch.
Has it been raining? I don't think it's raining. I saw
it was raining down there. Yeah,
it was.
Yeah,
because I saw just a little. I was looking at a little bit of Fox News before I came here, and there was they had a report from the Derby, and the guy was standing there outside. It wasn't raining.
No, but it fucking rained throughout the
rained
night.
Here.
It's going to be muddy on the track.
It rained down there throughout the night.
It's going to be muddy.
Okay, it's not raining
So
now.
they're saying pick mutters. I don't know. I'm not a fucking horse handicapper by any means. But I've got scroll down. I'll tell you the one.
All right, well, let's just start with the horse in the number 1 slot is Dornoch, Dornoch. 20-1 morning lines. 20-1 is the morning line. Current odds are 21-1.
Okay, you don't have to go through the whole fucking thing. Just what are the odds? What's the horse name?
Well, Sierra Leone, who was the favorite? I've heard that on the radio. 5-1. I think I'm going to have to bet on this horse, Mystic Dan.
I think you should.
Mystic Dan.
Nothing else makes sense.
15-1. Catching Freedom, another good one to bet on, 8-1.
That's the one I'm going with.
Catalytic.
Because of everything that's going on in our fucking country and society right now.
Catalytic is 34-1. Just Steel.
So I made the comment. I made the comment just probably 45 minutes ago. Is I wish Catalytic was catalytic converter. So then you move Just Steel up. Just Steel catalytic converter. I think that would have been awesome.
That's very cool.
You put them next to each other.
Just Steel, who was at 25-1, but his trainer is Wayne Lucas, who's a pretty famous trainer.
I don't know shit.
Honor Marie, 12-1. Just a Touch. Qatar Racing, 11-1. Oh, just a touch. Okay,
yeah, it's just a touch.
Encino is another name of a horse that I've heard. Scratched. So if you don't bet on Encino has scratched. T.O. Password. This is a Japanese horse. 49-1. Forever Young is another Japanese horse at 6-1. Track Phantom.
Are you discriminating because they're Japanese, or?
I'm just saying it says right here Japanese.
Okay. I was just checking.
I'm just for people who might be interested in that. I'm just
checking.
I don't know what difference that makes. Track Phantom is at 40-1. West Saratoga.
I like the Track Phantom name.
That is a cool name. Maybe I'll do an exacta with Mystic Dan and Track Phantom. How about that? Let's see. Let's see. There it is. Track Phantom's 40-1. West Saratoga 26-1. Endlessly 46-1. Domestic Product. Trainer is Chad Brown. You know Chad Brown, don't you?
Yeah. We used to smoke weed together.
29-1. Grand Mo the First. That's kind of a cool name. 45-1. Fierceness at 3-1. So that horse has got the shortest odds so far.
That's the favorite.
That's the favorite then. Stronghold 32-1. Resilience 28-1. Society Man at 49-1. Epic Ride 47-1, and Mugato Mugatu has scratched. So there's 20 horses in this race.
Yeah, it's always a big one.
That's a lot of horses, man.
Yeah, and I don't bet horses on a reg anyway, so I just go by the name. We'll see what happens.
I'm gonna have to go throw down some money on Mystic Dan.
I like it. I think you should.
And I'm playing with house money anyway. I walked in to play golf this morning, and if you win money from the previous week and you're not there to collect, they put the money in an envelope for you, and they give it to you the next time you show up. I walked in, there was an envelope with my name on it. Guess how much money it had in it?
$7 American.
A little higher.
$100.
60.
All right.
So I walked in, here's $60.
Boom. Done.
So I
That's a day right there.
I might lay that down on Mystic Dan.
That'd be awesome. 15-1. That'd be
15-1.
awesome. That'd be awesome.
I don't know if I'll bet the whole 60.
I don't know where you're going to fucking put it down at. You're never going to get into Belterra and out.
I think I'll get in and out.
Okay. All right. We'll see.
Or maybe we can do it. My son can probably do it on the app.
Yeah, I was going to say there's apps out there that you could do.
Do you have any betting apps on your phone?
I have MGM and FanDuel.
Well, then you could do it.
But I don't typically bet it.
Well, then why do you have those apps?
Because when they were giving all the free shit.
Oh, you did all the free shit.
Right when they legalized it in Ohio, I took advantage. Now I just bet with a bookie, man to man. Not really. I really don't. Especially horses.
All right.
The horse shit, no pun intended. I don't understand it. I don't get it, but I enjoy it. I love going down, especially a summer day when they open Belterra Park and they're doing live racing. You know, a spring, summer day, you go down, grab some beers, throw some, $1, $2 bets down, spend the day. Awesome. I love it.
The Derby.
I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So
the Derby is just Amish NASCAR.
I love it. He's not wrong. Not wrong.
Not a big fan of the Derby.
There's a lot of money in it, though.
That's all right.
Lots of money.
All right. So that's Derby Day today. We're going to a Derby party a little bit later on, and it'll be fun.
It's more of a beer drinking party, and somebody will look at the TV.
Well, I always try to watch the race.
I'm being sarcastic.
All
Dan.
right. Mystic Dan. Come on, baby.
Trying to figure out where.
Wouldn't that be cool if Mystic Dan won the Triple Crown? That'd be awesome.
Oh, my God. We'd never hear the end of it. All of you would never hear the end of it. You know my horse won the Triple Crown, right?
Horse named after me.
So let's get into this stupid fucking college. What's the word that I want to use? Rightness behavior.
Well,
even though it's not rightness. Fucking encampments. Everybody's been talking about it. It's been a while since Dan and I have been on, so we have to talk about it now. But can you imagine? I mean, I know, and I'm not being an asshole with this. You're just older than I am. I don't know if you were seen or had been a part of sit-ins back in the day.
I have seen sit-ins.
Okay, so you've seen them.
I have never been a part of one.
I've never seen one, right? So
not really a follower or a joiner.
Yeah, you definitely, you're that feather in the wind that does your.
No, I'm just saying. I would never.
I'm not disrespecting you
partaking of being part of that.
No, I'm not disrespecting you for it. I like that. You take your own stance and you go with it.
I just saw one where a group of young college kids, and I forget what college they're from, but they're on a hunger strike now. Oh, they're Princeton. They were from Princeton University,
Columbia. Or no, I might be thinking.
Yeah, these kids from Princeton are on a hunger strike now.
Okay,
until their university ends the war, and ends the Hamas Israel-Hamas conflict.
Do we know how many people are roughly involved in that?
I don't know, but I said I'm cheering them on, man. I'm saying, show your dedication to the cause. Yes. Let's see how hardcore you are, and do not eat until you get your way.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's exactly the fucking mindset. And
it's so ridiculous.
And I didn't pull. I mean, there's so many clips that I could have pulled, but I've only pulled a few. But like the chick in Columbia that was saying, well, this is a humanitarian effort.
Oh my God.
That the college, if you have a food plan, they need to allow food. Well, you're voluntarily there. And I don't want somebody to die of dehydration. Well, and I said this on the last call on Failure to Stop. There's fucking toilets in that building and there's sinks. You're not going to die of dehydration. If you get thirsty,
good point.
If you get thirsty enough, guess what? Fight or flight's gonna sink in, and you're gonna either be fucking drinking out of the bowl or drinking out of the tank. I recommend the tank. Just saying.
Well,
but because these fucking people's DoorDash
not
fucking
the way some
orders,
of you firefighters carry on, I wouldn't recommend.
You're fucked either way, honestly. Neither one are a good option in a firehouse. But I mean, she's this chick's bitching about the DoorDash and whatever, and the people with food plans. Well, guess what? There's a place where food is served. It's not in a building that you fucking have overtaken. and occupied. So if you're hungry, guess what? You're voluntarily there. You can walk your happy ass over to get your meal plan and forego the fucking Jimmy John's getting fucking door dashed to the building that you essentially are a domestic terrorist, in my opinion. So fuck those people. But we've got the boys from University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, fucking rocking it out.
Love those guys, man.
These fucking guys have been all over the news. Obviously, I know you guys have all fucking seen it, but I absolutely love everything that is happening here. I do, but I don't like the copycat shit because these guys did it first. Now everybody wants to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to figure out which one this is. But and this is from a few days ago, but then I've got an update with it. But so just in, the frat boys who held up the American flag at University of North Carolina and told a pro-Palestine protester to lose some weight. At this point in time, had $270,000 raised for them to throw a rager. So I'm gonna play. I was fucking.
Yeah, it is. Fuck you. Fuck you. Into fucking war. Hey, bro, lose some weight. Lose some weight. Hey, don't even talk to that bitch. No. Hey. Yeah, it is. Fuck you.
But the fact, these guys holding up the flag, I think is awesome. There's a better picture. I don't know. I can't make that bigger. And somebody, so I didn't know exactly how the GoFundMe came about. And when I was sitting there researching it further, and then obviously, I mean, I listen to Drinker Bros all the time, and, they covered it. But once I started looking into it a little bit more, so I'm like, all right, well, I need to go find this GoFundMe page. And Jill brought up a good point. I don't know if anybody else has had somebody that needed a GoFundMe page. Somebody set it up for them, and then the person that needs it ends up getting screwed. So Jill was wondering, she was like, it's a lot of money. Is it going to go to the right place and whatever? So I hadn't even looked at it yet. So I found it and I pulled it up and I was reading. And I was very, very impressed. Where is it at? It's further now. I have too many tabs open. Way too many tabs.
So it just went on the GoFundMe page, though. I have never been on GoFundMe. I've never had a GoFundMe page. I've never donated to a GoFundMe page. Is it strictly you go on there and then you give them a credit card number and say, I'm going to donate X amount of money off my credit card? Is that how it works?
Yes, if you were going to be the donator. Right. Yes.
So it's not like you could say I'm going to donate and then renege on that later.
Correct.
Okay.
It's all put in there.
So once you make the donation, that's when they count.
But somebody has to set it up. Well, it was none of these frat guys that set it up. Somebody set it up for them. And this guy, John Noonan, is the organizer. But I'm going to read this part first. And so it says, commie losers across the country have invaded college campuses to make dumb demands of weak university administrators. But amidst the chaos of the screaming, the anti-Semitism, and the hatred of faith and flag stood a platoon of American heroes armored in vineyard and vines in Patagonia. Fueled by Zin and White Claws, these triumphant Bohemians protected Old Glory from the unwashed Marxist horde, laughing at their shrieks and wails and shielding the Stars and Stripes from Soviet missiles. These men of UNC frats, gave the best to America, and now they deserve to be the best. Help raise funds to throw these frats the party they deserve, a party worth of the boat-shoed proletariat who did their country proud. So then they updated and said, we're overwhelmed by you glorious patriotic Americans who value good beer and great times. We're in contact with multiple leaders from different fraternities whose members help defend the flag. Our gratitude goes to all of them, and we will update supporters on what comes next. Well, they ended up shutting it down. They just stopped donations at $516,647.
God, that is amazing. That is amazing.
So then the people that started this,
and so that's thousands of Americans just giving a few bucks here and there, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So they proceeded, and to Jill's point where she was like, well, is that money really going to go there? So I've donated on GoFundMe a couple times, but there's a green donation protected thing. But I had heard that the originators of the GoFundMe page have been in contact with that fraternity. But says, we've been overwhelmed by the sheer force of patriotism on display here. What started as a modest request to buy a few kegs for some great young guys has ballooned into an American cultural movement with millions of people paying attention. Blue and red, left and right, all the above. Donations continue to pour in. So I'm not going to read this whole thing. But with over 12,000 donations, and at that point, I guess it was almost 500,000. But these guys just doing the right thing. I think what most of us would do have become a phenomenon across the news cycle currently, and probably a few more. But I think it's absolutely fantastic. So I know the Drinking Bros sent 20 cases of hard AF seltzer. And Ross Patterson's mom and dad, I was listening to it this morning on the way home from work, actually delivered it because they live in North Carolina. They're very close.
That is awesome.
Delivered it. Well,
that is awesome.
I guess when Ross Patterson's mom went up and knocked on the door, the chancellor of the fucking university was there and said, well, we can't accept that. So they walked back out to the truck. Well, two dudes snuck out of the back, and they're like, hey, we got another frat house over here. Drove them over there. They dropped the 20 cases.
They're like, yeah, we can accept that. Yeah.
Which I thought was cool. And I mean, I love the Drinking Bros podcast, but I thought that was awesome that they did that. But I have this to go along with these definite proud Americans. And the fact that they kept that flag off the ground, I think, is just badass.
I don't know, in a way, after a week and a half of hearing the chants about Intifada and everything else and covering what it means, it's nice to have a little hope.
Yeah, I think when you watch the news all the time, you can con yourself into believing that, man, every young person in America hates this country. And look at what they're doing on all these colleges. But that is not the truth at all. And when I saw the guys at UNC holding that flag up, making sure it did not hit the ground, it told me a lot about them. Number one, you're taught as a young man where I come from that the American flag is to never touch the ground under any circumstances. You put your body in front of it if you have to. Don't let it touch the ground. And number two, that they were willing to stand there and take that abuse and take people throwing stuff at them. They said, yeah, we're just not moving. This is the American flag. We're not moving. I was so inspired by that, to see young people willing to stand up. And like you said, enough is enough, that I reached out and I said, boys, I sure am proud of you. When you have that big rager you guys are talking about on GoFundMe, I'd like to show up and play you a free concert. And they hit back, and I think we're going to try to make that happen.
I don't know, John, I'm not a musician, but I feel there could be perhaps a song written about this situation.
There could be. Once we pick this date and figure out when we're going to do this, we may have to write a specific song about it.
But yeah, I love Big and Rich anyway. But John Rich has always been, I mean, he is a patriotic American.
Oh, he's fantastic.
And does the right things all the time. Well, I don't want to say all the time because I don't know his personal life, but out in the public, he supports the things that need to be supported. And watching these kids, and I love how they wrote that, like, vineyard vines in Patagonia. Somebody called them collared shirt colonels, taking care of and getting shit thrown at him, like he was just saying.
Well, you look at most of those useful idiots out there with the headscarves on. They're and look, the majority of them got their faces covered up because they want to maintain their employment viability, right? They don't want anyone. And they're not doing it because they're worried about the Wuhan. No, they're doing it because they're worried about. They're really, again, not that dedicated to the cause. There's a few of them out there that don't have the face mask on. Those are probably more of your professional agitators. But these numbnut college kids are with the headscarves on. I mean, they're making complete asses of themselves. The funniest thing I saw this week was the editors of the Columbia Law Review wrote a letter to the administration demanding that exams be delayed because of the irrevocable harm that was done because cops went onto the campus and did what they had to do to clear things up. And so they wrote this letter to the administration talking about how stressful it was to see police in riot gear on their campus. Well, you're the ones who caused them to come there in the first place. Don't give me this. This is not how it works in the real world. If you have a little bit of stress in the real world, guess what? Things keep happening. You're stressed. You can't pay your mortgage payment. Oh, that's fine. We'll just let it go this month. It doesn't work that way. I mean, I don't know about my mortgage company. I'm sure it doesn't work that way with yours.
Absolutely not.
But I mean, what a great time for Columbia to introduce some real world learning here. Look, it's about time management. You want to go out and protest, that you're well within your rights to do that. But then you still have exams when exams come. And then they're saying, well, all the students should be given a passing grade because now they have the stress that police were on their campus. No, that's complete bullshit.
No, that's all voluntary shit that you're choosing to do. And
the first thing those kids ought to do is get their ass back out on the quad and clean up that fucking mess they left behind.
Yeah.
How much you want to bet? So the vast majority of these numbnuts who are out there protesting are the same ones who were all about the environmental movement, get rid of fossil fuels, no more plastic straws in the ocean and all that shit. How much you want to bet? Those are all, they're all part of the same crowd who talk about environmental this, environmental that, and then leave mounds and mounds of human waste and garbage and all kinds of other awful.
you said it better than I was going to say. Fucking shit and piss.
Yeah.
And plastic bottles.
All over the fucking
and plastic
place.
Straws that the turtles are going to fucking
choke
on.
And they just leave it for other people to clean up.
Well, here, this will get you going even more. That's why I segue it the way I do.
Negotiate with us, and I understand that it is a policy. We are here and willing to accept consequences until you are willing to fold to our demands.
Fold to your demands, but then you said negotiate.
This isn't ending until our demands are met.
Should we take down the tents?
No!
Tents are a problem. I know that is in our policy. Hammocks are also in the policy, and that has been ignored for years on end and is used in our marketing campaigns. It's unfair to me that we're using the policy now, but we haven't been using it to the hammocks for years on end.
Okay, and the hammocks don't stay up permanently either, right?
When it's nice out, hammocks are out pretty much 24/7, and I see our marketing and social media team very frequently using that for PR.
Thank you for noting it.
Is there anything that you have any questions about? Have we been unclear about our demands?
I also understand that there's some things that SUNY New Pulse doesn't do because they're not in our control.
Why can't you give it to them?
For example, we don't control the contract pieces the way you laid it out.
But it's our money. We are giving you this money, and so we are paying your bills. We are paying your paychecks. It is your responsibility, President Wheeler. It is your responsibility to figure it out. We the students have given you our demands. We have organized here together, and we are not leaving until you figure it out.
And I would say, what I would like to do is to be able to work with you to bring your concerns to the places where they can make an impact.
And you can come here,
okay,
and come back with what they say.
There's
a card with the demands on it. You can take it to your people up in Albany. You can come back here.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, and I also have to say that I would rather that this not escalate the way other campuses, because you all have done a phenomenal job.
It's up to you.
That is your responsibility.
That's your responsibility.
We're here peacefully as of right now. That escalation is not going to come from us. That escalation will come from the police. If you call the police on us, like this president of Columbia did, that is when escalation will happen. It's very simple. It's the ball is in your court. We have told you what we're doing. We've been very upfront. It's up to you.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
So for anybody that's just listening and not watching, that will listen to this down the road, I thought that president did a very, very excellent job of listening to that diatribe of bullshit. but held his cool and was like, I want to work with you. And hey, thank you for noting that issue and whatever. But he was surrounded by, 15, 20 people of, I'm going to call them the tribal elders for lack of a better term for these idiots. And when you're putting demands on a institution that you're choosing to go to, you're paying your money, as she stated, we're paying you money. Well, that's fine. Then stop paying and go somewhere else if you don't like it. Is the way I look at first and foremost.
Yeah, she is free to discontinue payment and free to move on to some other place that's more amenable to her concerns.
Yeah. 2,
or maybe start her own.
Did you get our card of demands? Well, you're not in a fucking position to demand shit. You can sit there and yes, guess what? The authorities will be involved. And then we're not escalating anything. You call the police though. Then that's when it's going to escalate. And that's Kiefer's Cliff Notes. If you listen to it, you heard it. Fuck you. And you know what? I would bring in a fucking street sweeper and just fucking mow them all down. I'd rather pay the tax dollars.
That's a little extreme.
I'd rather pay the tax dollars to clean all that bullshit up because guess what, Dan? That's our fucking future. That's our fucking future right there. Entitled motherfuckers that think that they get anything that they want because they sat in and put demands down. Fuck you. I'm telling you right now, fuck you. And hopefully this one might get us banned too. I don't care.
Well, when
this
you're
shit's
out
enraging.
there,
This shit's enraging though.
When you're out there saying, we are Hamas, free Palestine.
Can you imagine going into 700 WLW and saying, you know what? I don't like your views, but I'm not leaving. I'm sitting in this studio and I'm not leaving. Guess what's going to happen?
No,
you're fucking leaving.
It doesn't work that way.
Same thing if I went into the firehouse and said, Chief, I don't like your fucking rules and you're going to change. You're going to change to accommodate me. Guess what fucking happens? I'm being escorted the fuck out. I'm also out of a fucking job. This shit's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
These people have no idea what fucking real life is like. And going out and making a fucking paycheck to fucking pay bills and not fucking rely on some fucking stance. Get in and do your fucking work. Get your fucking degree and get the fuck out. And don't fuck it up for everybody else who wants a graduation because now they're canceling those. People that work 4 years to get a college degree and can't even walk. Fuck you.
Well, the thing is, the vast majority of these people were not alive when the airplanes flew into the Twin Towers. So they don't remember the chaos and the shock of that day. They've probably never seen the video from Israel of what actually happened on October 7th. And I heard it on the news this morning when I was on my way to go play golf. That and it was characterized, and this is the way the Associated Press is writing this now. These kids want Israel to end its war on Hamas. They want Israel to end its war on Hamas. Well, Israel is not the one who started this war. Israel is not the one who started it. You got to go back. You got to look at what happened on October 7th. And they talk about, oh, well, we've got to have a ceasefire. We've got to have this. We've got to have that. Guess what? You had all that before October 7th. The ones who broke the ceasefire was Hamas. They're the ones that came across the border and mowed down in cold blood with some of the most brutal savagery you can ever imagine. Innocent men, women, children, and little babies, entire families. Cut the heads off, put the barrel of a gun up the vaginas of young women and pulled the trigger.
Yeah, it's fucking
that
disgusting.
kind of shit. These kids have no clue of what these barbarians did to these innocent Jewish people.
Well, they have no.
And
yeah,
don't tell.
no
And anyway, you have no place. There's no place for you to get off telling Benjamin Netanyahu, and this is what makes me so sick about this current administration, is that Anthony Blinken, this simpleton, moron, idiot, thinks he can go to Israel and tell Benjamin Netanyahu how Israel is to conduct itself and prosecute this war. And they have no place for that. Absolutely none. I saw a video earlier this week of a humanitarian aid convoy, right? Big flatbed trucks, big trailers, like 53-foot long trailers, stacked with pallets, 5-6 high, bringing all this aid into Gaza. On top of each truck was an armed terrorist, Hamas terrorist, because they had commandeered the vehicles. The people who were there, who are, by the way, the majority of people living in Gaza voted Hamas in to be their leader, their rulers, their government. So these people who are now in a living hell, and you would do the same if you were as desperate as they are. They're trying to approach these trucks and maybe grab something off this truck for themselves. Well, the guys who are riding on top have AK-47s, and they're opening fire on these people. So don't give me this shit about, they're starving. They don't have water. They don't have medicine. Well, yeah, you know why? It's because the terrorists don't let them have it. It's pretty simple when you boil it all down as to what is really happening. And these kids have no clue as to what's really happening in that part of the world. They couldn't even find it on a map. I bet you the majority of them couldn't find fucking Israel or Gaza on a map. And when they say from the river to the sea, they have no idea which river or which sea they're talking about.
I don't disagree with that. And with what's happening over there, I mean, to me, that's a them issue. I think it's terrible. I don't have to like it. It's terrible. But what's happening here inside our borders with these people, and we've seen multiple statistics, and the fact that most of these people that are occupying these campuses aren't even affiliated with the college at all. And on last call on Wednesday, Josh had a dotted map of all of the campuses that were, and it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh yeah, it's all over the place.
It's like it's like, as Dan would say, the Wuhan when we were looking at the clusters. It's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger because it's getting socialized and sensationalized because but people want to put demands down. You're voluntarily there. Go the fuck somewhere else. Try to go to another college. It's still going to be infested. You're never going to win any of this. And I understand that you have strong convictions and you're more than willing to protest those. We've talked about peaceful protest. But when you're violating the rules of where you're at, that's when you got to go, and you got to go peacefully protest somewhere else. But when you get pissed off because you're told that you have to leave the grounds because X, Y, and Z isn't allowed, and I don't know each one of these colleges' rules and regulations, but these presidents wouldn't be, standing in front of people saying, "Hey, you got to go," if they didn't have it written down and you signed a code of conduct.
Yeah, I saw a video from UCLA, and there was a Jewish student who was trying to get to class.
Oh, I got it.
And he runs into a barricade.
I got it.
Is that it right there?
I got it.
Yeah, you want to play that?
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, I got my student ID. My class is right over there." And these kids. And let's see if this is looking at.
It is.
Because there's a quick little shot on the left-hand side of the screen here I want you to notice as this plays.
You guys have closed the entrance. We are UCLA students. I have my ID right here.
This guy's been all over
blocked
the
off. Not by the security guard, but by you three. You three. Oh, look, they're making their burger while I'm going this way. Excuse me. This is what they do. Everybody, look at this. Look at this. I'm a UCLA student. I deserve to go here. We pay tuition. This is our school. And they're not letting me walk in. My class is over there. I want to use that entrance. Why can't they go? Will you let me go in? This can be over in a second. Just let me and my friends go in to class.
We're not engaging.
Then you can move.
I should have pulled up the interview after.
We're not engaging in that.
Okay, we're going. We're going. I'm going in. I have my hands up. I'm not hurting them. You guys have closed the entrance. We are UCLA students. I have my ID right here.
Move to the left here.
I'm being blocked off.
Right.
Not by the security guard,
Right
but
there.
by you two.
That's a security guard.
Oh, look, they're making the
That's a
burger while I'm
security
doing
guard.
this.
He's standing right
This
there.
is what they do. Students.
And
I have my ID right here. I'm being blocked off. Not by the security guard, but by you two.
Okay. He did say security.
That's a security guard. He's standing right there. I mean, this guy needs to tell these fucking people.
Well, he's
step aside.
He's given a
let this guy
job.
pass.
He's given a job by his fucking boss.
I know, but what a fucking coward.
Well, it's not. He's got a fucking job to do, Dan. Like, I get it. I understand. But also, I watched and again,
that's where your First Amendment right ends. You're free to protest all day long, every day, but you cannot stand in the way of others who want to get from point A to point B.
So, perfect example, and we talked about it Wednesday, was UNC Charlotte Chapel Hill's police chief was out in the middle of a fucking congrove of fucking people getting water bottles and shit thrown on him and did not do anything, did not say a word. And we talked about it, at length in the fact that if he does something, he's fucked. Completely fucked. Everything that he worked for him and his family is going down the fucking toilet. His pension, his fucking retirement, everything. Because society has shaped these types of incidents to where when law enforcement does react, they're the bad guys. So I don't fault that security guard. He was given a job of just make sure nobody gets hit. Make sure nobody gets fucking no assaults, no nothing.
Maybe if he's following his orders to a T, but I just don't know.
It's easy to say sitting here in this space. It's very easy to say. I agree with you wholeheartedly. But I also know I'm not blowing my fucking 25 years of fucking work down the fucking toilet for these fucking shitheads either. So I mean, there's a very thin line that you have to fucking walk when you're in that position. I mean, I saw some chance where it was, there is no riot. Why you wearing riot gear? Well, it only takes a half a second for a riot to fucking start, especially, and a lot of these police agencies have been coming in, with a decent amount of force, but as soon as you start getting fucking meleeed, who knows? But I agree with you in principle. Yes, that's bullshit. But also that guy's got a family, I'm assuming, and a livelihood that he wants to protect. And it ain't worth some stupid fucking idiot protester who, not that kid, but the ones blocking. But I don't know what the rules are too of being on the grounds.
I know, but it just seems to me like if you're there and you're charged with providing security or whatever, just the idea that you can't even suggest to these kids, why don't you just step aside and let him go?
Well, what's frustrating is he actually wants to go to class, assuming he's going to class. I mean,
kid has every right to go to class,
but
they have no right to stand in his way.
Correct, but he's been all over because of that. He's been all over a lot of the networks, and he was like, "Look, I'm just trying to. This is the way I go every day. You don't like me because I'm Jewish, because he wears a Star of David necklace. Because you don't like me because I'm Jewish and you're not letting me go. Well, that's bullshit. It's complete bullshit. But what do you do?
All right.
Right. You want to do an ad read?
I could do that.
We're 45 minutes in. We probably should.
Oh my God. That's unbelievable.
Well, man. We get on rants.
The time just flies by. Hold on. Let me click on this and I'll get my thing open here. And we will talk about, we talked about Ohio Valley Productions last time. How about a little Varner Foundation for Children and Families?
I knew that's where
those who open their homes and their hearts to take care of foster kids are really, and we've believed this for a long time, some of our most special friends and neighbors. And the reality is it can be a financial strain on anyone's budget. And sadly, that is the main reason that a lot of families who get involved in foster care, after 1 year of doing it, they decide, you know what, it's just too much on the financial side because the resources just aren't there. And that is where the Varner Foundation comes in, a 501c3 nonprofit. The Varner Foundation enables foster care agencies to help in a hurry. If you have a family that needs a car repair, then you got to get from point A to point B. A kid needs a new pair of shoes, maybe a prescription. Something that's just an everyday sort of thing. Sometimes it can really throw a wrench into a family's finances. The Varner Foundation comes in, one phone call, a couple of phone calls, and usually that issue is taken care of. And the one of the great things about the Varner Foundation is that every penny, 100% of the money donated to the Varner Foundation goes to the mission. And you can't get any better than that. So you can make a difference in a child's life today by donating to the Varner Foundation. Very simple here, varnerfoundation.org, varnerfoundation.org. And again, you can help make a difference to not only a kid in need, but a family that's trying to help that kid.
Nicely done.
Thank you very much.
Nicely played.
Do what we can.
It was a 50-50 shot which way you're going, and I picked the right one. Well, I tried to do it quick, so that way it's not delayed. But that's obviously I'm not perfect, not a producer, so I wing it. Hey Dan, we have another teacher.
Oh,
we have another teacher in the news.
This is a surprise because I haven't heard this story yet. So another teacher getting their sexual healing on with a kid.
Yeah, but this one's a little bit different, and I'm gonna thank my our buddy Rich from Engraved in USA. We'll get you an ad read it towards the end.
Engraved in the USA.
Knowing that I'm always intrigued by these teacher student news stories where, the way in my mind it's a high school football player, male football player banging a hot teacher. That's what I'm looking for. This one's a little different. And this one pisses me off.
So Pornhub has a channel for that, don't they?
They do. They got a channel for everything, my man. Whatever you need.
It was just a wild guess.
But this one pisses me off, and this bitch.
Not that I've ever been on Pornhub.
This bitch needs to be blasted because this is absolutely ridiculous.
All right.
Wisconsin elementary school teacher, 24, busted for making out with a fifth grader. 3 months before her wedding, Dan. And I want to read this. I know it's going to be boring.
What kind of dude was she going to marry that a fifth grader can step in and satisfy her needs better than someone else who she's engaged to?
I don't know, dude.
Oh my God.
This is why this needs to be fucking.
Wait a minute. Let me think about this for a second. When you're in the fifth grade, you're about
11.
I was going to say 11, 12
it's
years old.
It's a year younger than Jill's daughter.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
No, I cannot sanction this.
No, I don't sanction it either. That's why I wanted to bring it up, though, because this bitch needs to be blasted. 24-year-old Wisconsin elementary school teacher was arrested Wednesday for allegedly, quote-unquote, making out with her fifth grade student less than 3 months before her wedding. Madison Bergman. Alleged abuse of 11-year-old boy came to light when the student's mother overheard her son talking to the teacher on the phone. So having phone conversations as well. The victim's parents allegedly found texts between the pair and the boy's father, then stormed into Rivercrest Elementary School with printouts of the conversation. The deranged text chain included message from Bergman allegedly discussing multiple encounters inside the classroom during lunch or after school.
With an 11-year-old?
She's also accused of telling a child how much she enjoyed him touching her and, quote-unquote, making out.
Oh, my God.
You're fucking sick. So that's what that dumb bitch looks like. You deserve every ounce of shit you get.
Maybe with the right lighting and makeup, she might look attractive.
Inside her bag, police also found...
Now, be honest now. Last call? Yes, no?
Yeah, potentially.
Again, with the right lighting and makeup.
Right lighting. Inside her bag, police also found a folder with the victim's name on it containing many handwritten notes talking about how much they kissed one another.
For God's sake.
In one of the letters, Bergman allegedly wrote, "One of my cousins is in the 5th grade, and I can't imagine a man talking to her how we talk. I know we have a special relationship, and I do love you more than anyone in the world.
Oh, my God.
But I have to be the adult here and stop." Well, you probably should have never started, you dumb bitch.
No, I don't see where the word adult figures into that equation at all.
So, the one more and I'm out of here. Got another teacher sketch. It's just not the ones that not the one that we're looking for. But Rich sent it to me, and I was like, "That's fucking perfect.
That's horrific, man.
Fuck that bitch.
That's terrible.
Fucking crazy."
In Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. It's Wisconsin.
That's messed up.
But Jill and I were talking about it, and she was like, "That's a year younger than Zoe." I'm like, "I know, it's fucking gross. Fucking gross." High schoolers, I can grab a hold of to a point. Like, I can wrap my head around it and be like, and I told Rich, I'm like, yeah, I'm usually just fucking jealous because most of the teachers that we feature on this little segment are fairly attractive. Way better than that. But that's fucking gross. You are a gross human being. But we got a teacher segment.
Yeah.
And then Will Grace, he's making fun of my accent. He said, "No, that's Minnesota's, or the Minnesota side of Wisconsin."
Is the wedding still on since she loves the 5th grader more than anyone else?
I love you more than anyone else with a pukey emoji. God. Fucking idiot.
Look? If her fiance goes ahead and marries her, I got no respect. That dude needs to turn in his man card.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I got no respect for that guy whatsoever.
He should be put into jail with her.
I mean, no shit.
We got
that
some,
is ridiculous.
We got some dumb people too.
Can we get to the
where you
want to do the boat or the fitness segment? We're thinking about a new segment on our show here. One more and I'm out of here. Where we talk about fitness issues. But
we can start there if you want.
You want to start with the dumb ones, or you want to start with the fitness segment?
Well, it's falling in. It's all falling in together.
All right, let's go with the fitness segment.
Yeah, let me just find it. There you go.
All right. So when you're trying to get in shape, and Jason and I are going to be hitting the gym here pretty soon. This is a technique we call the buddy assisted bench press face plant, and you'll see how this is a trainer we're considering using as he demonstrates a really interesting technique here. Let's go ahead and roll that video.
I think it might actually be called face down, ass up. I'm not sure.
Well, it could be. That's a variation thereof. Yeah, very important technique. You got to hit the music. Look at the assistant friend. Throws him forward a little bit while the dumbbell balances on the back of the neck. This is an advanced technique that will all be working. So and the buddy part, you see the guy with the Michigan State shirt on. Very important in this the particular exercise.
He's doing great.
And look at the amount of weight on that dumbbell.
You fucking Will Grace said, "What kind of spot was that?"
Well, it again is called the buddy assisted bench press face plant. So
we might be able to patent it. We might be able to patent that.
If when we try that for the first time ourselves, I'll be the guy in the back and I'll spot you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll see how that works out.
Having the proper distance from the bench is very important in that particular exercise as well.
Which rolls right into
it. Because this next video is kind of a buddy video too.
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple of buddies out on the lake having a good time.
Just a thing.
Right.
My buddy tried to jump in, and this happened.
Now look at the kid driving the boat here. Does he look old enough for you to be the owner of a boat like that? Oh, right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Because if he was the owner, he probably wouldn't do
This guy playing fucking tetherball trying to.
You know, it's funny until the unmanned boat, kills an innocent jet skier or something like that.
Starts going in circles. I did see.
They really didn't think that one all the way through, did they?
How are we getting back there?
If that would have gone off as planned, what exactly was supposed to happen there?
And
if you're on a wakeboard, how do you catch back up to the boat, even though you're riding the wake?
Well, that's they're trying to grab hands, so he still had the guy on the tether. But yeah, if I was young man's father, I'd be a little bit upset. Obviously, somebody recovered the boat. To Dan's point,
yeah,
because they got
the video back.
But
maybe there was a third person on the boat who was watching,
maybe.
And was able to jump in and commandeer the boat.
I like the idea better that there was not anybody, and that boat just fucking did circles and circles
until it ran out of gas.
I watched a video the other day of like a father and son fishermen, older gentlemen, adults, and all of a sudden they see this guy just get launched out of his boat. I don't know if he hit a log or whatever, and his fucking Ranger boat's like going around in circles. So they get him into theirs. And they're calling, the Department of Natural Resource, we call it ODNR here. They're like, hey, we got a boat that's like just doing donuts. Has a full tank of fuel. It's going to be a little bit.
It's going to be a while.
The wind's blowing, so it's probably going to go towards some docks. You might want to get somebody out here. We're going to try to get it. And they're like, don't do that. But yeah, I mean, you're on a boat by yourself. And then you decide to voluntarily get on a fucking wakeboard, fuck you. You're an idiot. You deserved every bit of that. I got another one.
Okay.
This one's just humorous to me.
So what would be the procedure there? You go up, the boat's going around in circles. You drive your boat around in a circle to match that.
I don't.
And then someone from your boat jumps off into the unmanned boat, right? And then takes control.
I mean, yeah, in a perfect world movie, yes.
I guess that could possibly work.
Yes, that might work. I'm not doing it.
All right. I'll be the one driving the boat. You be the one who jumps.
Everybody fucks with me about boats since I broke my ribs anyway, so I'm not going to be the one jumping into another boat.
That's probably a good thing.
Not going to happen.
Oh!
Are you okay? Oh, shit. Are you okay?
God damn. Oh, shit.
Like a...
Oh!
Are you okay? Oh, shit. Are you okay?
God damn.
Literally cringed because we have all fucking blasted a shin.
Boom.
We have all blasted a shin, and holy shit.
Would you think that was shin or kneecap? Or both?
Either way.
Either way.
Those fucking ramps. Those ramps are fucking solid.
Hey.
They're fucking solid.
Tyrese, you limping, man? You all right? What happened?
What's wrong?
What's wrong, bro?
Well, and here's a perfect example.
Oh my
God. Pay your car payment, and you won't have to chase your car down on the back of a wrecker.
Simple. Again, more real world learning. You protest on campus, police come, you still have to take the exam.
That's right. That's
how it works.
We're gonna read an ad for our friends at Engraved in USA. Hold on, I got all kinds of shit going on over here.
All right. What a day, huh? What a day.
Dude, it goes fast. But we got derby shit to watch. Our friends at Engraved in USA, in business for over 25 years, engraving your business awards, professional, employee, and customer, brewery, drinkware, golf outing accessories, promotional and recognition items. If you're a smaller global company, we have the team that can design and produce quality items to enhance your business. Call the team of Tanya, Tammy, Tim, or Rich, 513-682-2557, and say, get ready, Dan, 100%.
Oh, here we go.
Everybody drink.
Thanks, Rich. Appreciate that.
All 5 of you.
Mm-hmm.
To get the best personal touch from our friends at Engraved in USA, Rich and his team have been awesome. I say it every time. Huge supporters of us, and we appreciate everything that they have done, especially shooting me some content, which is perfect. I love it. But we're gonna get to our derby party.
Yeah.
Probably way too early, but we're going to do it anyway.
Our buddy Jeff Hellman, and then we might have an update tomorrow. Yes.
Oh yeah, we'll see. We'll see whose horse won.
And what time are we looking at tomorrow? About 2:00.
1:00. Well, we have it at 1.
1:30.
It's got to be 1.
Okay,
got to be 1.
All right.
I got places to be afterward.
Sounds good to me.
Right, wrong, or indifferent. But Dano, I'm glad we were able to squeeze this one in.
I know it's been a little while since we both had very busy weeks this week. Past week.
It's been a bit. So
I know.
We appreciate everybody that either watched live or will watch or listen. So make sure you rate, review, subscribe,
hit the like button,
download,
all that stuff.
Hit the like button, do all the things. But Dano, we will see who the big winner is tomorrow.
Yeah. What was the name of that horse? Again, Dan.
Yours is Mystic Dan.
Mystic Dan.
Hopefully you're a winner.
I would have looked it up again, but I closed that tab. So.